Kendrick, you had a great game last Friday night. I know for most of the game you guys led. It kind of felt like, we was about to snatch away that first victory of the year. I was out of town, but I was getting texting updates every so often, and my guy was texting me saying, man, they look really good tonight. They're fighting hard. I think you had 2 receiving touchdowns on the night.
Yes,
What do you think was the factor there? What caused you to catch those 2 touchdowns against Gleason?
I don't know if you even know, but I caught those touchdowns from 2 separate quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was big significant. I think it was more of us, like, pulling together and trusting each other.
Yes,
I know, we had less people, but we had more focus.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I like that. Less people, but more focus. Sometimes just eliminating the distractions, and that's what may have played into that. I know you had quite a few receiving yards. You also have to play on the defensive side of the ball as well. What stood out as you played defense against Gleason? I know they crawled back in and ended up winning the game, but what stood out to you defensively as you played?
Just recognizing the looks and the formations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I never really played defense like that, but I
Yeah.
see it's not as easy as it looks.
But those practice reps are helping,
Yes,
and you're always out here working hard. I see you. I never will forget when they made the switch. Jay went to wide receiver, and Kavion came in at quarterback. I pulled out here to do the coaches show, and Kavion was throwing balls to receivers, and you had stayed after practice that day. What about that, developing that chemistry? I know you caught from 2 different quarterbacks. You've caught from Jay before. He was quarterback last year, but what's the difference in the 2 quarterbacks? Is there a difference you can tell from wide receiver?
Sometimes it's a certain level of trust.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Kavion kind of growing in that role.
Yeah.
And I know he's got a little bit of time there to grow because he's not a senior. However, you are a senior this year.
I'm a junior.
You're a junior.
Yes,
I don't know why I thought you were a senior. So you've got another year. That's good.
Yes,
So you have another year to grow with these quarterbacks as well. What do you expect? Let's just say Friday night. We know Union City's coming in here, and Union City is 4-1 in the district. Their only loss is to Dresden, which I was telling Coach, our Dresden game, that score is not even fair. The injury, I think, really loomed over us in that game pretty heavy. Maybe not as much even on the field as much as just mentally. When you see a kid getting taken off in an ambulance like that's tough. I don't even know how you guys played through the rest of that game, to be honest, man. It was tough. But their only loss is to Dresden. So what are your expectations this Friday night? Do you think you can get separation and be that key factor on offense again, at the wide receiver role?
Yes, sir. I think I can. As long as I do my part and we trust the team,
yeah,
we can make a stand against these people. I think they just put their fans on, like we say, Coach said.
Yeah.
The fans on one leg at a time, just like us.
That's right. That's good. Hey, Friday night you're going to have, like I said, this Union City team coming in, but you're focusing on, obviously, you guys. Now, you're a junior, but you don't have to be a senior to be a leader. That's something else Coach has really been talking a lot about this year. Do you see yourself as that leader? If you are you a vocal leader, or are you just more like, hey, I'm going to show you how to do this?
I think sometimes I'm a vocal leader.
Okay.
But sometimes it's like to pull people to the side, just talk to them one-on-one, like with no distractions.
Yes, sir.
And just like slow the game down for them and show them like what they're doing wrong, and they help me on what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
And it grows us together.
Fantastic, man. We want you to have a good game Friday night. We're going to be here, obviously, pregame at 6:30, and we'll be playing this during the pregame show. And hope to see you catch at least a couple of touchdowns Friday night and maybe get that first win of the year. That would be huge, wouldn't it?
Yes, sir. It would be big for our seniors.
Yes, sir. Would be awesome. Good luck Friday night. Thanks for taking the time for us.
Thank you.